Alabama's WVUA News at 5 with your award-winning news team, Lynn Brooks, Terry Brewer, weather with Richard Scott, and sports with Gary Harris.
Coming up, home team weather, we're dealing with a lot of rain across west and central Alabama now. Some popcorn storms across the eastern part of the state, but heavy rain moving in from the west. How long is the rain going to stick around? And how about your weekend forecast? Weather is coming up.
See how storm recovery in Alberta City is going green. And memories from April 27th may become hard to handle as the one-year mark approaches. A family counselor will join us live in the studio to show us how to work through all of those emotions. Thanks for being with us. I'm Lynn Brooks.
And I'm Terry Brewer. Up first tonight, 10 days from now will mark 1 year since the April 27th tornado ripped through parts of Alabama, destroying homes and communities in its path.
But signs of recovery are continuing to pop up all over West Alabama. Alberta City was one of the hardest hit areas in Tuscaloosa, and now they are building back and they're going green. Details in tonight's top story. This morning was the groundbreaking from one of Alberta City's first energy efficient homes. It's all part of the Home Builders Association of Tuscaloosa's Build Back project. According to their president, Philip Kiner, the home will follow Tuscaloosa Forward's vision. It'll be built energy efficient and will be affordable. Kiner says the home will have a tankless gas and hot water heater and a high energy efficient heating and cooling system. It will also be equipped with an underground storm shelter. Kiner says he wants his home to be an example for future home builders.
It's going to be energy efficient. We're building it according to the guidelines of the Moving Forward plan. And we just wanted to do it to let people know that it can be done, that it can be affordable. And we're building it both for the first-time home buyer and anyone who might be interested in a new home in this area.
Kiner says the home is for sale and will cost about $150,000. The home is set to be finished in June. On your Crime Watch tonight, Tuscaloosa County authorities are searching for answers in a murder investigation. You may have information that could lead to the suspect. As we reported last Thursday, the body of 50-year-old Greta Excel Johnson was found inside an abandoned mobile home on Sanders Ferry Road. According to Tuscaloosa Metro Homicide Captain Lloyd Baker, Johnson died as a result of blunt force trauma. Baker says the victim was last seen March 3rd and reported missing to Northport Police March 9th. If you have information about Johnson, call Tuscaloosa Metro Homicide 205-464-8691.
Tuscaloosa's curbside recycling is on its way back. You may recall the program was suspended due to the April 27th tornado when most of the city's trucks were destroyed. But now the city has received a new fleet. Associate Director of Environmental Services Stacy Vaughn says look for the new vehicles to be rolling into neighborhoods starting May 17th. Once it starts back up, officials say there will be 5 routes, one for each day of the week, so they can provide services to all residents.
There's a mystery at the capstone. Who broke the Crimson Tide's latest BCS championship trophy? University officials say the $30,000 crystal football shattered when it was knocked off its stand after the Airdate game. Officials say the father of a current player accidentally knocked over the trophy at the athletic building. The name, though, has not been released. Apparently, the gentleman tripped near the display. No word on whether the Waterford Crystal Trophy was insured.
WVUA is covering the Alabama legislature. That's where lawmakers are considering making it harder for couples to get a divorce. The bill would allow couples to enter a so-called covenant marriage. Lawmakers say it would require counseling before marriage and before getting a divorce. It would also limit the reasons a couple can seek a divorce. The bill sponsor says this is in response to Alabama's divorce rate, which is the nation's 4th highest. But officials with Alabama's Coalition Against Domestic Violence say the bill would provide a barrier to people trying to escape an abusive relationship.
On your Money Watch, today is the last day to turn in your taxes. Unless you filed for an extension, today is the deadline. It also happens to be Tax Freedom Day. That's when the average American has worked enough days in the year to be free from their tax burdens. Experts say this year the average refund sits at just over $2,700. That's down about 3.5% from last year. And if you've been looking for a job, there are some perks. Experts say you can claim all your job search related expenses, including travel, resume printing, and the cost of hiring a headhunter, but be warned, if the IRS sees something unusual, you could become a target for an audit.
Tales of survival are still coming out of Oklahoma after deadly tornadoes tore through the state over the weekend.
One couple lost everything, but they were happy to survive. Carl Torp has their story.
Tom and Debbie Wisenhand show us their life-saving shelter. But minutes before the twister ripped apart their home, this is where the couple was, in bed, thinking the coast was clear.
I just can't explain how people can walk out of this alive.
For the Wisenhands, it was a call from their son, who was watching the storm coverage and frantically called to say, take cover.
He said, get your butts down there. And we did. We didn't waste no time.
But with everything she owns scattered about and a neighborhood now in ruins, she can't help but think of what if. What if that call never came in?
It's very tough. It's very hard to think about. I think he just saved us.
And even though all appears gone, some of it forever, this couple finds strength in what they still have, each other.
There's a scripture, God will never give you more than you can handle.
On your Health Watch, keeping your heart healthy. Many times words health experts use can sound like alphabet soup and be confusing. LDL, HDL, BMI, what do all the letters mean? HDL and LDL are cholesterol. Health experts say HDL is your good cholesterol, and for men should be about 40 and for women above 50. LDL is the bad cholesterol, and experts say it needs to be under 100 for the general population. BMI stands for body mass index, a way of calculating percentage of someone's body made up of fat. A BMI less than 25 is healthy. Above 25, you're overweight. Of course, if you have any questions about these issues, you should contact your physician. Well, NASA's oldest shuttle made its final flight today. Space Shuttle Discovery hitched a ride on the way to its new home. It rode on the back of a Boeing 747 from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida to Washington. It soared around the Washington Monument, the White House, and the Capitol building in a high-flying salute to the nation's capital. Tomorrow it will be towed to its permanent installation at the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum. Well, you may have heard about the McDonald's hot coffee case, but do you know what really happened?
Pretty interesting, and this week you'll have the chance to learn more about the case. This Thursday, April 19th, you can see a free film screening of the documentary Hot Coffee that aired on HBO. It's the UA School of Law starting at 1 p.m. There will be a panel with questions and answers, including the film director and other guests. The screening is sponsored by Prince Glover and Hayes and the Cochran firm. You can learn more about the Hot Coffee documentary on our website, WVUATV.com. Just click numbers and links.